Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of No Way Jose, starring the Boston Mass, Jose Raymond. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Very important that you like the video, do the thumbs up, click on the thumbs up. It's good for the algorithm or the algo something. Anyway, please welcome now from Massachusetts, the man himself, Jose Raymond. How are you, Jose?
Hey, Ron. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
A grooming suggestion from my wife. She wants you to grow your hair back.
I don't have any.
Yes, you do. I can see it right there.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot. We'll see.
Okay. I mean,
I think I'll have like an 8 head instead of a 4 head. It just looks like shit. It's very thin here. It's very thin here.
We're all in the same boat, dude. We're all, starting to.
I know. I wish it were that easy. Tell her to. I'd rather grow back my shoulders and my hips.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's fair. Shoulders and hips, yeah. Well, you got one fake hip, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you just need another one, and you're good.
Yeah, and then I need 2 new shoulders. So it.
2, geez.
My hair is the least of my concerns right now, unfortunately.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So today's topic, I can't wait to start on this because our last show that we did with Mark Lobliner, your client that you turned pro at the Masters USA, we started touching on this for a second, and I stopped you because this has to be a whole show. It has to be. Coaching is something that people don't see often from the coach's perspective. But you being a coach, I want to take this show to really talk about, a lot of people that come to you for coaching, and I do a little bit of coaching, so I get this too. They're very interested. They say, coach, you're the greatest, this and that. I'd love for you to prep me, do my this and that. So you send them the rates. This is what I charge. And some people, even if you charge anything, like any amount of money, they get outraged. They're like, how dare you? Don't you want to help me? Don't you want to help me be the best bodybuilder I can be? You should just be charitable and want to help everybody because, you should be paying it forward and this and that. But they don't realize it's a profession like anything else. It's time consuming. It's many, many years of your experience, your knowledge. You've been at this for about 40 years now. You've competed in a couple hundred shows. You've prepped yourself and many, many other people. That's worth a lot. If you had to put a dollar amount on it, it's up there, and it should be, because you're at the level of expertise that, somebody who went to medical school to become a doctor, somebody who went to law school to become a lawyer, a master mechanic that's been working on cars for 20, 30 years. You've got so much, but tell us how this started, because you just got, I'm sure it's been many of these, but you just got recently one that really took the cake, an inquiry from a potential client. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been getting DMs and messages and emails for years, and there are many, many different stories I could go into, but it happened to be that morning. It was my birthday, and we were doing a show with Mark Lobliner, and that very morning I got a message, and he had messaged me a few days prior, and simple inquiry: do you coach? Are you coaching? Can you coach me? Blah blah blah. Yeah. I was like, yeah, and I'm polite and I answer, and then that morning he asked, he's like, all right, I'm really interested, how much? And I tell him. And it could have ended there. And he could have said, oh, all right, man, sorry to bother you, whatever. Yeah. But he comes back with like, how dare you? Who do you think you are? You must have all celebrity clients of doctors and lawyers, and typical, here you are just screwing your fans. And he said, I used to look up to you. And I'm just like reading this, like, dude, I don't know who you are. I didn't reach out to you. You reached out to me, and I gave you a simple answer. I could have ignored them. Like some DMs, I don't even want to respond because I can tell by their wording. Whenever someone comes to you and says, all right, listen, I just want this. This is all I need. I'm not looking for anything. You can tell they're trying to minimize costs. Telling you.
Just for example, like, what do they want? Like, I just need help the last week or something, or what?
I don't even think he was a competitor. I don't think he was a competitor. He just wanted, and it's one thing if you're inquiring, and I responded like I'm like, you came to me and you're the one talking shit. I'm like, and I use the analogy of, would you go to a Mercedes dealership and say, I want this car, but then get pissed off at them because it's not the same price as a Toyota Camry?
Mm.
Like, and he's like, ha, who do you think how dare you compare yourself to a top of the line engineering? I'm like, dude, I just laughed. I go, clearly you're slow or something's wrong.
Mm.
But I took the time out of my day to respond to you in a polite manner, and you're just being totally disrespectful.
Mm.
He's like, dude, I have a job and I have 3 kids. And I'm like, well, then maybe you should prioritize your kids and stop harassing me. But this isn't the first guy. It won't be the last.
Mm.
And it's a good topic because there are so many, and I said this to him, there are many thousands of coaches, of people that do online training that you can reach out to. I'm clearly not the fit for you, but there's no reason for you to berate me.
Right.
I wasn't looking for you. You came to me.
Mm.
And it's a good topic because there are, as I said, thousands of coaches. Someone can just got into the gym and just recently started exercising
Mm.
and put coach in their bio.
Yep.
I have another quick story, and this was funny. This one's funny. This guy comes to me. He's been DMing me, and I said, "Here's my email. We'll do everything through the email." And he went as far as to send me his pictures. He's like, "Oh, great. So how do we get started?" I said, "Well, one, you can send me your pictures, your current diet, your current situation, activity levels, blah blah blah." And he's like, "All right, how much?" I told him, "Okay, how do I pay you?"
Mm.
I'm like, "Well, once you pay me, and I'll review all your information, then we'll get started. I'll send you the program." And he sent me pictures. I looked at everything. I said, "Oh, it's great." So he goes, "Okay, I'll Zell you." I didn't hear from him for a few days. He comes back to me and he goes, "Oh man, I must be new to this social media stuff. I've been talking to Nate." I'm like, Nate Tello, yeah. And he's supposed to do a program for me, but I somehow mistake you for him. I'm like, what?
Come on
He's
now.
like, yeah, he says he has Boston, Mass in his bio. I'm like, yeah, because we do a podcast together. And it just made no sense.
Mm.
He must have saw how much I was charging and been like, "Oh no," started backpedaling. And I was like, okay, I didn't even respond. I'm like, clearly I'm not Nate Tello. And I don't know how you would go on he ended up DMing me.
Yeah. I don't,
He didn't confuse me with Nate. But that's the kind of shit you deal with on a daily basis when you have people messaging you.
right.
And
You-
it's like maybe 2 out of 10 people, 10 messages I get, do I end up following up with, or do they
right.
end up more than just one quick DM?
Right.
So it's a lot of nonsense. It's very simple. I don't charge that much. So then to expand on this, that same day on my birthday, I went and had a meeting with a first time person, trained them. Then at the end of the workout, he's like, "All right, how much for you to prep me for everything, not just training?" And I told him, and he laughed at me. He's like, "Oh, bro, you really need to up your prices."
Wow.
And I'm like, how ironic is that I had this blowout with some dummy, and you're telling me I need to up my prices? It's just so funny to me.
Tell me this. We're not going to say any coaches' names, but top coaches in the industry, there's probably about somewhere between 8 and 12 big names. Do you know roughly what they charge for a prep, that level of coach?
A whole hell of a lot more than I would.
Right. But do you have any idea the dollar amount, just to put it in perspective?
Yeah. Yeah.
About
I
five
mean,
grand.
some or more.
Yeah. I mean, I think I saw, I mean, a lie, someone posted, and it was weird because it was like $6,732.41 or something. It was some crazy, it wasn't like an even number. It was very, that's a meme. But like I said, you're paying for a level of expertise. It's like, I don't want to put it in this perspective of a crime, but let's using the lawyer analogy again, say that you need a defense lawyer for some criminal case. Would you rather have the court appointed one because you're too cheap to pay or whatever? Or would you rather have the best defense attorney, in that part of the country? He's got like a 90% success rate. He's awesome. It could be a woman, but you know what I'm saying? Someone who's incredibly good at what they do, or even like a trainer. Compare like a kid that just got, a certification to a gumball machine or online, and he's getting 15, $20 for a session at your local Planet Fitness or something, versus someone like yourself or someone like a Charles Glass, who's an incredibly astute trainer who knows every angle of the muscles and how to get anybody in shape. And it's crazy how people do this bargain. They think everything should be cheap. And I think this is my theory. You tell me if you agree or not. I think it's because coaching and training, it's your time and everything, but it's an intangible versus a Mercedes or something. That's something solid with a sticker, a price on it that you really can't negotiate with. So there's no wiggle room there. But you find that some people, not all people, some people put a high value on what you do and what you offer. And some people think it's just, you should be able to give it away either free or very, very cheap.
Yeah. Well, I don't take people like that seriously. I kind of laugh it off, but I thought it was a good topic, and I thought it was interesting at the difference, as you say, between the people that really value your time and the people who have no clue.
Right.
So, I can't take it seriously. Someone like Charles Glass, all right?
Yeah.
I can guarantee you Charles Glass did not get his expertise just through a weekend certification or even through kinesiology classes or anything like that. Charles got his expertise through thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of training people and figuring it out on his own. And because there are things in books and studies that you cannot learn. I'm sorry, I confused.
No, I
it.
know what you meant though. There's things
They do not teach you how to train someone. They teach you the science, but there are things that Charles knows that you cannot read in a handbook, in a textbook, right. And that professors don't know because they didn't spend thousands of hours training the human body. They can tell you the basics and the science of it. Yeah. But there is a lot of bro science that's real.
Right.
And that's what I happen to have both. I have a degree in exercise science. I studied all that stuff, but I've also been training for 30 years, myself and other people. So that's where my expertise comes from, is from the everyday grind of training people and studying it. And my every day of my life, that's all I think about is the human body and how to train it and how to make it better and how different people respond to certain things. And you can't put a price on that. Yeah.
But if you had to, let's get back to the prep coach aspect. I see people coaching now who have done a couple shows. They're young guys. I don't want to just put them down because they're young, but they don't have a lot of experience. They've done a couple shows. Maybe they got third or fourth out of 3 or 4 people. They're not very good competitors, you don't have to be a great competitor to be a great coach. I'm not saying that, but they don't have a lot of experience. And I see them sitting up front at the shows with the 4X hoodies and the hats, and they've got like 4 or 5 people in the show. And as far as they're concerned, they are Chris Aceto, they are Chad Nichols, they are Honey Rambod. And I'm sitting next to them. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to give it away, but I'm sitting next to him like, really, dude? Really? I mean, it's great that you're doing this, but I can't believe somebody would put that much trust and faith in you when you've just started doing this. You're barely, because it takes, years and years to get to a certain level where you've worked with enough people to see trends and see this works for some people, that doesn't work. There's it's not a science, it's not science, rocket science, I should say, but there is a science to it. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where I'm going with that. But
I don't fault those guys that much. We live in a monkey see, monkey do society, a social media where, there's guys that have never won a show, have never produced a winning athlete, or they coached anyone, yet they have this business and they already have an online clothing line of, come train with coach this, they've never done a thing. They've never, they think that's what everyone should do. So that's what I do, and I just don't see, you can't stop them because this is the right to free business and everything. They can market themselves, but it looks awfully foolish to me when you've never done a damn thing and you're already selling t-shirts and, it's weird.
You got a team.
Yeah, the whole thing is weird. I have the ultimate respect for other coaches who are proven. A lot of people, I bring up his name a lot. A lot of people shit on Matt Jansen, and I don't know his ins and outs of what he does. I don't know, but you cannot deny he's produced at an elite level with his guys. You cannot deny it. I don't know what he charges, and I don't know his protocols and what he does. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what I do know is he has winners, and he has done a hell of a job. Obviously, I know Chris Aceto, in my eyes, is the best at what he does.
Yeah.
There's nobody that can do what he does, and he won't talk science to you one bit. But I'll tell you what, he's a highly educated, highly intelligent guy. He could talk science, but that isn't what he does. That's not what makes him the best at what he does. Obviously, Hani Rambod is unbelievable. Even Chad has produced some amazing, amazing guys.
Yeah.
Granted, he's had some genetic phenoms, but you cannot deny his track record.
Right.
Those guys, those are the guys that I think of that are phenomenal. Even Milos, he's, I don't know his protocols. I don't agree with the things I read online that people say, but you can't deny his track record. So whatever he's doing with Regan Grimes is phenomenal. It's something that no one else has been able to do, which is put on significant muscle in a short time and bring him in condition and win shows and make him a legitimate contender in the upcoming year. Kudos to him. He's awesome. I mean, every one of those guys, Neil's done a great job. Again, he's had some genetic phenoms. Those are the guys. Those are the names that I think of. I can't tell you about what bikini people do. I don't know. I'll tell you what, though. These girls work harder than anyone. I know it. They have a work ethic. Some of these top girls, when you watch them, they're unbelievable.
I see them doing like these 2-hour-long butt workouts. And they look at, I get tired just looking at them.
Yeah, they're committed. They're committed. And as a coach, you're going to get some people that are incredible. Like we talked on the last episode with about Mark Lobliner or Nate Tello, people like that. They make it easy for you. And then there's other people that, they say they're doing it, but they won't do a damn thing. They're not doing it because the photos show.
Yeah.
They should be making progress and they're not.
Right.
And it's the simplest things. But man, I hate the fact that there are a zillion coaches and that there's no governing body to
no standards. There's nothing.
See them.
Right.
Nobody to
police them basically.
Right. It's like anyone can do it, and it waters it down. And then I'm competing with someone who doesn't have a year of experience.
Well, that's the thing is somebody might contact one of those people and say, what do you charge? Hey, you know, this is a 22-year-old coach who's done one show himself, and he just got anyway, he's very, very inexperienced. Maybe he charges $400 for whole prep. And, you know, maybe someone like yourself charges 2, 3, 4 times that much. And they come back at you and they're mad because how dare you? Why do you charge so much more? But getting back to it, you get what you pay for. It's the Toyota Camry versus a Mercedes McLaren. You know what I'm saying? It's not, things aren't all the same value. And also, you know, the people that are coming at you, I know some people try to get it for free too, of course. You know, they say, I don't have any money. Can you help me out? But if you get things for free, you tend not to value them. You tend not to appreciate them. And I think that's a case where somebody might cheat on the diet or start asking other people, what should I do? Because they didn't pay for your advice, your knowledge anyway, your program, you gave it to them for free. So what's the value? And then you can't really be held responsible for when they come into a show looking like ass because they asked 30 different people and got 30 different protocols and they try to follow them all at once.
Yeah. And you know what, that's why I don't put much stock in promoting myself. I don't, when someone wins, when one of my clients win, I don't get all goo goo gaga and post pictures of them. Look what I did. We did it. I hate that more than anything. We did it. No, that dude did hours of cardio and starved himself and trained like a beast. That person did it.
Right.
I did not do it. I simply guided them in the best way I could. Because at the same time, I refuse to take a beating when someone comes in like shit. Because I know I gave you the right direction and you did not do it. You did not adhere to the plan.
Yeah.
So I will not take credit for a win and I will not take a bashing when they lose.
Fair enough.
I'm here behind the scenes to do and help you be your best. It's up to you what you do with it.
Right.
I have many people that are phenomenal genetically and cannot emotionally handle the rigors of a diet, of a contest prep.
Yeah.
And man, I've had one guy that was unbelievable. He grew from 175 pounds to 240, shredded, and 10 days, not even 10 days, 5 days before the show, he's like, I'm out, bro. Can't do it. I ate a whole bag of cookies last night. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Yep. And, you know, I've had that a few times. Another guy, national level guy that could win a pro card easily. He's got the structure. I call him like a Samoan Sean Roden. That's what he looks like. Huge, wide shoulders, tiny, tiny waist, huge quads, beautiful shape. Just couldn't handle the emotional rigors and ups and downs of a prep. And you know, I feel bad for those people because it's, you know, they're not able to reach their potential. And if they can't do it in this area, I'm sure they struggle in other areas.
True. I mean, on the other side of the coin too, I'm sure you've had clients that they're the dream client. You know, they do everything you tell them to do. Everything, the cardio, the diet, they never cheat on the diet. They never do 1 minute less cardio, but maybe genetically they're not that blessed. And there's only so far they're going to go, no matter how well they comply to your program and how great of a coach you are. And then like you said, you've got these other people who genetically they're gods. You know, they're not even human. They're like another species, but they just don't have it up here. You know, it must be a treat for you when you get both of those in the same person every once in a great while.
Well, when you get those, you get a pro.
Yeah.
You get a Nate Teller.
Right.
Like Nate's got muscle bellies of like a crazy round dude. And once he put it all together, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Remember my boy Charlie? Do you remember Charlie Arms? With the
Oh,
huge arms.
Charlie
He was,
Armstrong. That was an older guy from New York named Charlie
no,
Arms.
no. We called him Charlie Arms. He was Charlie Arms on Instagram.
Oh, no, I don't know.
If you saw him, you'd recognize him. But he turned pro, and he was just massive. He was like 20 pounds bigger than Nate, the same height.
What happened to him?
He's got a real job and a real family, and he had to prioritize. You know, once you reach that point, you have to make a decision. Like, are you going to compete as a pro bodybuilder when you have a legit business that relies on you being clear-headed every day?
Yeah.
You know, he made the right choice. He's a brilliant guy.
Right.
But man, and to be honest, I prefer the lesser genetics with the heart of a lion. I prefer that because they will always outdo their genetic potential. The genetically gifted, it drives me crazy because, you know, when they're that talented, anything less than winning is a complete failure to me. So, you know, I would rather have a guy that has no business being up there that goes and whoops ass.
Yeah.
I feel much better about that. I love those stories, you know, as opposed to, you know, to me, like someone like Flex Wheeler, he never, in my eyes, he never reached what I envisioned for him. He, in my eyes, he had 4 or 5 Olympias in him. He was that good. He was that beautiful. There was never a physique remotely like that. And, you know, it's just like a disappointment to me. Like I wish he could have nailed it.
Yeah.
You know, each time. That's a rare case because there's only one Flex Wheeler.
Right.
But there are plenty out there who have insane genetics that you see that for them. You know, another one is that kid Carlos. Like he has something special. And in my eyes, if he doesn't go win the New York Pro this year, it's a complete failure. He has everything it takes, just like Nick Walker did. Like he should be doing exactly what Nick did, coming out. And we've rarely, those are rare, few and far between type of guys. You know, we remember when Flex Wheeler came out, won his first pro show, won the Arnold Classic. Kevin LeBron did the same thing. That's what I expect from a guy like this. Anything less is not good.
Well, I said he would be the Nick Walker of 2022. So he has to prove me right, so I don't look like an idiot.
He should be.
Yeah, but just getting back real quick to some of these people that have contacted me, and this has probably happened to you too. You tell them the rates that you charge, and I don't charge much. Really, I don't. But they don't want to pay anything. And then you see on their Instagram, just bought this new car. Here's my new $400 special edition sneakers. We just went on vacation to Aruba and this and that. They're spending tons of money on other things, but somehow they think coaching should be free. And I'm here to tell you guys, you get what you pay for. If you find someone who can coach you for free, good luck. Good luck. Because I wouldn't, that'd be like I said, if I'm charged with murder or something, God forbid, I don't want the free lawyer. The free lawyer is not the best option. You want the $500 an hour lawyer. That's probably the guy that's going to hopefully keep you out of the electric chair. What a terrible analogy. Sorry about that, guys.
Well, no, your analogy of them buying stuff is great because it just shows where their priorities are. They want things for free and they want it easy. They don't want to they don't understand that working out requires work. You have to put in the effort. So it's not easy, or everyone would be shredded. Everyone would be in optimal, great condition, walking around super impressive looking, and it's few and far between. There's a lot that goes into it, and they don't want to put a lot into it. They would rather buy the simple. They're all the same type of personalities too. They're showy. They're taking pictures of this, taking pictures of that, preaching. all over social media, but they ain't done shit.
Yeah.
They don't do shit. Oh, they filter the shit out of everything they do. I mean, you don't even know what they look like. By the time you see a girl that's been filtering all these pictures, you see her in person, it doesn't even look like her.
Especially if she got the little animal thing, they put the little bunny ears and all that shit on.
Oh yeah, the fake tattoos and it's got
Yeah.
everything. Social media is destroying this world.
Ugh,
It could be used in such a positive manner, but it is so disturbing.
I get chills even thinking about it because I could talk about that all day. I just want to touch on the personal train thing very briefly because you are a trainer. I've seen you train people. You're an excellent trainer. You train one of my older brothers, Dana. You've done a great
Yeah.
job with him when he connects with you. But
Yeah.
I know for a fact people hit you up all the time saying, "Hey, I'd love to catch a workout with you." They just
Oh,
want to train with you. They don't want to pay you, but this is a guy, he's won the Arnold Classic. He's won a dozen pro titles. He doesn't need you as his trainer. He doesn't need you to motivate. I'm talking about you, Jose. He doesn't need you to motivate him, or he doesn't need training partners. They would be getting 100% return on that situation, not you. Yet, I don't blame them. Some people are just, they're not thinking it through. But if you want to train with somebody at the level of a Jose Raymond, who also happens to be a trainer, yeah, you got to pay him to train you. It's well worth the investment, guys. You'll learn more in one session about training than you probably would have messing around on your own in 5 years of training. So
yeah. I've learned how to deal with those people. I just immediately say, yeah, that's my job. Hey, you ever want to catch a workout? I say, yeah, that's my job. Immediately. I say, if you want to set up a session, let me know.
Yeah.
And then that lets them know immediately that, oh, this isn't going to be like, how many people I'd be working out with if that's what I did. I work out with enough people as it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's my job. Period.
Right.
Or I find out what they do, and I say, hey, I'm going to come in for a free haircut or free lunch.
Fix my car for free.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Give me a brake job for free. Why don't you do that? But and I remember a few years ago, a guy hit you up. And this is, I guess, more coaching aspect, but he said, and I've gotten this too. They said, I'd like to go to lunch with you and just pick your brain. It's like, oh, so you want to sit there for like an hour or 2 hours and just pump me for all the information you can, and they don't think that that's rude, and it is kind of rude. I'm sorry to say, guys, if you're one of those people,
very rude.
if you're listening,
but the way to combat that as well. Now I have, a consultant fee. If you want to get on a FaceTime call or a Zoom call,
yeah,
these are the costs for that. I was never good at that, but as I go along and I get more agitated by it, I realize rather than getting pissed off, just have an answer for them.
Sure, yeah.
And then that will set the line. And some people are even more aggressive. We're like, no, man, I just want to come work out with you.
Oh,
well, I can't do that. That's not what I do.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I tell people that I'm not at your level. People aren't hitting me up the way they're hitting you up. But even I say, I train by myself. I'm on my own schedule. I'm not looking for a workout partner. If I ever train with somebody, it's going to be my son when he's in town from school, or it's my wife occasionally, but I'm not looking to train with random people. I'm just not. It's just, especially, I know some of them, they just want to show off and show me how strong they are and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm not interested. So sorry.
I could say I've only had a handful of people that I truly enjoyed and I got something from it that I trained with. 99.99% of the time, it was me running the workout.
Of course.
Whenever I'm with a friend or anyone, but like Evan, I would say, Evan, you take the reins. I want to see what he wants to do. And, we're built so differently, and in different exercises work differently for us. But I was always interested to see what he would want to do. And he does some cool stuff that's different combinations of exercises. And, when we'd go down to Montanari's, he liked to use that. It's like hyperextension machine, but you use it for hamstring curls,
Yeah. Hmm.
the hyperextension bench.
Yeah.
We would do that supersetted with stiff legs, different leg presses supersetted with walking lunges. And it was, I got some great workouts with him.
He came
Uh,
up. He came up to Greater Boston one time to do back with you, and I shot the video, and he was coming up with some cool stuff like the back and forth dumbbell rows, like one
yeah,
arm and switch. Just yeah, I mean, a situation like that is very different because you're both elite, and you can teach. There are
right.
things you can teach him, and he can teach you, and you'll both come out of there with more knowledge than you walked into the workout with.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when it's mutually beneficial. Whereas pretty much everybody else, like you said, you're basically just going to be training them for free. You just happen to be training with them, but you're basically training them. So that's
Right.
so
I like to bring something to the table, and I like them to bring something to the table. So it's always mutually enjoyable and beneficial when I train with Evan or Nth Bales or Flex,
mm,
or there was a handful. Even David Henry had
yeah,
some very unique workouts, style of working out. He'd go over and do 4 or 5 pull-ups wide, 4 or 5 pull-ups reverse, 4 or 5 pull-ups close grip. He's like, all right, I'm ready to go. He would
mm,
put 5 or 6 plates on a hammer strength machine and immediately just start pulling. And I'm like, dude, I cannot do that. I'm like, I will tear everything in my body if I do that.
yeah,
And he was able to do it. And he did that dog crap.
yeah,
So his thing was all written down where he put 5, 6 plates on right away.
yeah.
He's warm. He's in his mind, he's warm. Then he put 7 plates on. I'm like, I can't even go near that.
I think I was there that day. I was there when you trained with him once. I know that. I saw that, and I was there when you trained shoulders with Flex that time in Rhode Island.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's cool because you'd both be like, "Well, you want to try this? I like to do this." And it's like a back and forth.
yeah.
He would do. You would suggest something that you both do, and then vice versa. It ended up being a really cool workout because you were both doing things you don't normally do.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like Tiger Woods shooting golf with Phil Mickelson.
There you go.
They're enjoying it. They're seeing what the other guy does. If they can learn anything, why not? It's great. Otherwise, it's a great common interest. Someone that's at your level that you want to see how their thought process is when it comes to that. So that was fun to me. It's not fun to me when I'm training with a newbie and I'm not making money.
Yeah.
When it's my job.
Right. It's work. It is work. I mean,
Yeah.
you're great at what you do, and you should get paid for it. That's just the way it is, guys. So I wanted to encourage everyone because Jose is an excellent trainer. If you're in this area of Massachusetts, he would be considered the North Shore of Massachusetts.
Yes.
Or he does plenty of online consultations and programming. Go to thebostonmass.com is the website, thebostonmass.com. Or if you're on Instagram, and I'm sure you are if you're watching this, the Boston Mass with 2 E's. Get a hold of Jose. He is one of the greats. I'm not just saying that. Like I would not have my brother train with him because there's other trainers I would say, nah, Jose sucks. Go to this guy. No, this is the best trainer I know. Go to him, and he did. And he drives like an hour to get to you sometimes.
Yeah.
It's because it's well worth it. That's how
I
good
love Dana. Dana's one of my more fun hours of the week.
Dana Lee. Anyway, yeah. So that's it. I thank you, Jose. We actually recorded this. I don't want to say because this is gonna post later, but I think this will be the first one or the second one of the new year. But appreciate you taking the time. And happy New Year to everybody, to you, to everybody watching this. It's still going to be early in the year when this posts. So yeah, coaching is a business, guys, and it's well worth it if you can find a really good coach, someone who can save you a lot of wasted time, energy, and money. Because this bodybuilding thing is not easy, especially if you want to compete, especially if you want to compete at the higher level. The higher up the ladder you go, the more challenging it's going to get. And that's when you need someone to really guide you through it. Someone like Jose. So that's it, man. Thank you so much, Jose. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. One more thing.
Yes.
When these people hire you, they have to keep in mind, they're not just paying for a written out diet. They're paying for your time. And I tell the people that I work with, like, in order for me to help you properly, I need a lot of communication. So you're going to be paying for emails, text messages, DMs, phone calls, FaceTimes. There's going to be a lot of communication. It's not just a written out thing. So I guarantee every one of my clients that I've had a full prep with I've given them more time than they're paid for. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
So that was just another thing that's in my head. You're paying for the time. And a lot of these people end up with my phone number. So I get text messages all day. My phone goes nonstop all day long.
I know it does. I've been around you. It's aggravating to try to work out with you because your clients are texting you all the time.
Yeah.
But, oh well, you gotta do what you gotta do. And that's to your credit, you don't leave them hanging. They need to know, can I have this piece of chewing gum now or not? I need to know right now.
Sugar free.
I'm about to pop this piece of chewing gum in my mouth, but I need to know. So.
All right.
Oh man.
Thanks, Ron.
Well, thank you. Thanks everybody for watching another episode of No Way Jose, starring the Boston Mass, Jose Raymond. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.
Peace.